Hiya crafty folks, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and today I'm going to use a new floral stencil with some gilding polish. This is the Double Ginger Flowers stencil. It's a new stencil from A Colorful Life Designs. It's part of the June release, which is fabulous. Tons of new, awesome, unique designs, plus 2 new stamp sets. So be sure to check that out and use my coupon AMYFAN10 if you shop to save on your complete order. Now for this card, I'm going to use metallic gilding polish. You can see it kind of, you can screw off the top. There's actually a foam that comes in that handle, but I'm going to be using little blending foams that I kind of have set aside for the different colors of gilding polish that I've collected. Now these get kind of crunchy and hard. You can clean them off, but I just leave them as is. I let them dry up a little bit and then just kind of keep them in that bag. So I'm going to show you a photo here of the finished card. You can see it's got this beautiful metallic shimmer from the stenciling, and then I'm also going to emboss it. So stick around, I'll show you how I did it. But basically this gilding polish is pretty similar in consistency to lunar paste if you've used that. This dries really super quickly. It does not rub off like some of the other kind of mica based products do. So this dries surprisingly fast, but it does have a bit of an odor. So I would recommend definitely doing this in a ventilated space. I usually open my windows in my craft room because it has a bit of a strong smell. It kind of smells like modeling paint. If you've ever smelled those little bottles of paint for like painting on car models and things like that, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But overall, aside from that, I love this product. It goes down really easily with these blending foams, and it just creates such a fun shimmery look on my cards. So I'm going to pull this back. I don't even have pixie spray on that, and you can see the amazing detail that I was able to achieve. So honestly, by the time that I ran this stencil to my sink and cleaned off my work surface, that panel was already dry. So you don't want to let this sit on your stencils. You want to clean them right away. So maybe have like a soapy, I don't know, tub nearby, or throw it in your sink with some soap. But you want to get that stuff off. You don't want it to dry. Now here I have another piece of that brown cardstock. This is just inexpensive, kind of lightweight, maybe 65-pound cardstock, and I'm just going to smear some across of the same metallic gilding polish, and I'm just going to let that dry, and I'm going to use that to create die cuts to finish off my card. So I'm going to use some press and seal. This is what I use for any sort of gel medium like this. You want to make sure if you can get your hands on this stuff to do it, just to really kind of seal it and stop air from getting in there and drying out your product, because there's nothing worse than spending money on your crafty goodies and then having it dry up on you. So here I'm showing you, I'm rubbing my hands all over it, nothing transfers. So you don't need to use a fixative to seal it or anything like that. This stuff is amazing. It dries super quick. But the key is you don't want to go really thick. You don't need to. You just lay down a really thin layer and you get that nice shimmer, and then it dries super quick. So here I have this die cut from Tailored Expressions, and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine off screen. I have a Spellbinders Platinum 6. I'm using some mint tape from scrapbook.com just to kind of hold that down. And now I have a perfectly coordinated die cut to match my card here. So I think I need to use my pokey tool or finagle a little bit to get this out, but that's the beauty of the little holes on the dies, right? If you need to kind of poke it out, you can. But this is really delicate and super pretty, and now it's a perfect match to the rest of my card. I did decide, however, that it wasn't standing out quite enough, so I do end up adding a little bit to it in a little bit. So here I want to add even more drama to this design. So I could stop here. The panel is beautiful as is, but now I decide to run it through a 3D embossing folder. This is called Checkered Diamonds 3D. It's from All to New. Ran this through my die cutting machine, and look at this amazing texture. So this is a really fun way to mix and match things in your crafty stash just to get more mileage out of them and create completely different looks. So here I'm figuring out the layout, and at this point is when I decide that I think it needs another kind of shadow layer just to help that thanks pop off the somewhat busy background. So I will die cut this a second time and then attach them together to kind of give it a bit of a shadow and help it pop up. So this is just some scrap black cardstock that I had lying around. I die cut it again and offset it just a little bit. I actually used my micro dots from Artist Hack just to kind of connect all that and add some blingage, and that's going to finish the card. So easy peasy. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.